content warnings are in the description. Enjoy the show.
October 12th, 1955. The air is cold and wet. The trees loom miles and miles overhead, competing with mountains for the right to gaze upon this valley. Max, you awaken with a burning hunger in your stomach. But that is only the first of the overwhelming wave of sensations that take you in this dark, deathly clearing. Your eyes flicker open as the scent of rotting corpses hits your nose, kickstarting your awakening. You smell upturned earth, dead worms, dried blood, and rotting guts. You get a glimpse around yourself, and there is nothing but trees and animals, dead animals. A pile of deer, squirrels, bobcats, all of them ripped to shreds by claws greater than any beast in this forest. What do?
There is no Max. What wakes up Max is now in the back seat. It smells the carnage and it is hungry for it, and its first instinct is feed.
You instinctually feel your body pulling you up on all fours, crawling through, looking for some source of fresh blood. You don't know why you need it. You don't know how you know that you need it, but you know that there is some, and it is close. Among the piles of refuse, there is one human body, a face you don't recognize, hair matted wet across their face, huge claw marks across their chest, their intestines spilling out into the dirt. But they are not yet dead, and the smell is driving you wild.
Max takes her fingers and holds them into the shape of claws, and she takes a moment and gets very close to the body to hear the rattling of the breath that is attempting to come out of the lungs. And she smiles, a feral grin, fangs gleaming. And as she bites and sinks her teeth into the neck, she sinks her hands into the chest and attempts to pull the pectoral muscles apart and searches for that fading beating heart.
You bite their neck, but you know there is more of what you crave hidden within. You bury your hands in their torn open chest, rip out the heart, sink in your fangs, and drink the blood directly from the source, the sweetest, hottest thing that you have ever tasted. There is nothing like it. No liquor, no candy, no dessert could ever compare to the sweet, sweet sanguine you gulp down by the mouthful. The breaths fade away as the beat of the heart is instantly silenced, and the hunger in your belly is swiftly sated. You feel a sensation of pleasure and approval as this growling intelligence deep in the back of your mind allows a little bit more of your consciousness to return to the fore. You are alone in the dark woods in a pile of dead bodies. What do?
Where am I? Who am I? What am I? Where are these my woods? And Max searches for the nearest tree that she can climb, and initially with a little trepidation goes to scale up it and finds it perhaps easier than she normally would have done.
Like any large cat, you're able to expertly leap and claw your way up the trunk of the tree, darting from branch to branch until you breach the canopy and you see mountains. Mountains, hills, and valleys. Distant city lights perhaps glittering through the light rain that is coming down between you and what you believe is the direction of your home. These are your woods, but not an area you've come to often. You don't hunt this far from home, but you're close.
Where am I? I am not safe. There is something else here. There is something else here. Do I see any tracks?
You clamber back down from the tree, and that instinctual awareness, this preternatural sense in the back of your mind is guiding your motions, bringing your face down to the ground to sniff for a scent or find some muddy footprints in the dirt. And indeed, although the scent of death and offal is overwhelming, you do see a line of what look like boot prints leading away from your death pile.
The beast follows.
The beast on all fours continues after these tracks, scuttling along the ground like a feral animal. Within 100 paces, the boot prints disappear and are replaced by giant paws. You follow them out to the edge of the tree line, heading somewhere easterly, somewhat off the beaten path, until you end up at the base of a hill with the rain now getting stronger and stronger, thunder and lightning crackling. In the distance, a storm is on its way. Some 50, 100 feet up the hill, you see there is a craggy outcropping, a rock jutting out from the mountain's feet. And atop it is a massive, dark wolf. A gleam in its eyes glints as lightning flashes overhead. And you don't know why, you don't know how, but you know somewhere deep within you. That is the predator that killed you.
There is a brief moment where Max can feel her consciousness, and the part of her that used to be human and the part of her that used to be out in these woods with these apex predators wants to flee. And as she shuffles a step back, her eyes kind of widen in fear, and then her eyes shrink to cat-like slits. And then the bones start doing this god-awful crunching, and her arm suddenly twists backwards out of socket. Her legs bend at an unnatural angle. Her spine starts to protrude through her skin as her head kind of snaps back in a yowl. And what used to be there before is no longer Max.
The form of a fierce, powerful mountain lion emerges from the husk that was left behind. A sleek predator rippling with muscle. You see the wolf match your stance, leaning its head down as if ready to pounce.
This is a threat. This is my territory. This person did me wrong, and I'm gonna go fuck him up. Max pounces.
Hell yeah.
Hell
yeah.
Lightning flashes overhead as the mountain lion leaps up toward the wolf that leaps down in return. Gnashing fangs and claws meet in a flurry of blows, almost an entire battle taking place in the fraction of a second in midair before you both tumble into the dirt and the mud. But when the moon rises, peeking beyond the clouds to reveal the victor, it is the lion that stands tall, and the wolf that lies mangled in a pool of its own blood.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Fucking Thundercats, bro!
That was awesome.
You know, we're actually just getting back to town, too.
It's not often that he takes to people. That's a good sign for me.
Good evening, travelers, and welcome back to the Court of the Jester Princes. I'm your storyteller, Jonas Tintenseher, and we are playing Vampire the Masquerade V5 Midnight Gravity.
Ah!
Thanks, Sky.
Felt
Joining
like we
me
needed
tonight.
something.
Yeah, you guys are free to give some oohs or cheers whenever I give the title.
Should we do it again?
No.
Should we give more?
No,
oohs?
it's fine.
Our glamorous guitarist, Rachel Kordell.
My name is Mars, and tonight's song is Home by Julia Westland.
Our stray seer, Sky Swanson.
Hey there. Let's all quack, quack, quack. It's time for Bird Fact with Ajax. I mean, Reggie.
Ooh, that was a good Donald Duck.
Woodpeckers peck an average of 12,000 times a day, moving their heads at a speed of 13 to 15 miles per hour.
Jesus
which
Christ.
is easily enough to give a human a concussion. Also, on top of that, their tongues wrap around to the back of their head in a horseshoe-like shape, splitting into two ends to help them push their long tongue forward.
Ooh.
Our practical prowler, Casey Reardon.
Reggie!
Not waiting this season.
I play Mathias Wilson, and are you thirsting for another Thurston?
Yes,
Always.
thirsty.
I'm
You
so
know, some of us
horny.
got long duck tongues that gotta drink that up.
Ooh. Yum, yum,
That was a
yum.
woodpecker tongue,
Doug,
but okay.
Tongues
sorry.
don't have long tongues. If they did, they would be
Woodpecker.
nightmares.
I'm sorry, I'm still on the quack, quack, quack thing.
There is a website called Find a Grave where you can leave flowers virtually, specifically also on the grave of Howard Thurston. And as of this recording, the last one left for him was July 20th, 2024 by a sincere fan. So this is a call to action. Go leave a flower for Howard Thurston. Or
I'm
don't.
literally-
Leave a dookie if you can.
I was going to say, can you also virtually
Or
piss on people's
dookie.
graves? Because I got a couple
Let me
in
double
mind.
check, but I don't think
Shame.
so.
That's a good service. That would be a good service. Our leery lioness, Goat.
I am goat.
Love it. Love it.
Just in case you couldn't tell, and my bone of the day is the ethmoid bone. Do you guys know what the ethmoid bone is?
No.
What's
Nope.
that?
Oh my god. So the ethmoid bone is a bone that is at the top base of your nose. And my fun fact about it is that some birds and other migratory animals have deposits of biological magnetite that allows them to detect the direction of Earth's magnetic field when when they migrate.
That's so cool. I love
That's
magnet birds.
bonus. That's like two
A
bonus bird facts
bonus?
you guys got.
A bonus.
A bonus. A
So you're
bonus
saying-
bone.
Mini bit.
A
You got
bone.
two birds with
Ba-bone.
one stone.
With one bone. Two birds with
one
one
bone.
bone.
That's rude.
Go and I share a brain cell. And our empathic embalmer, Andrew Frost. Almost forgot your last name, buddy. I was going to
okay,
call you
buddy.
Andrew Scott, but that's an actor.
Andrew Scott is here today.
Yeah, I know. He got him.
Giant crush on that actor.
My name is Antonio Stregano, and yes, my sunglasses are still on.
Nice.
They should be.
When did
As
they
they
ever
should
come
be.
off?
They did once that we
They did
saw.
once. They did once.
Just once. First time's
Those
free.
weird eyes underneath there.
Last time on Midnight Gravity,
Whoa.
our coterie started their investigation into a string of recent attacks by vampire hunters of the Second Inquisition. Teaming up with out-of-town kindred Max at the Gasworks Park in Upper Seattle, the coterie followed another one of Reggie's visions to an abandoned building nearby,
Oh, yeah.
whereupon they entered through the roof access door, courtesy of Mathias' lockpicking skills, and found themselves face-to-face with 3 glowing green dots of light.
That's right. Splinter Cell was there.
Yeah, Sam Leo Splinter Cell, was it?
Yeah.
Max, you are at the front of the group as you all come down the stairs to the 3rd floor here. And the room is dark other than these 3 green lights and a little tiny little bit of exterior city light trickling in through the boarded up windows. So I want to ask you, without knowing exactly what is in front of you or what the others' reactions will be, what is your first reaction? You have activated your claws, I believe.
Yes. Claws are out, just full Wolverine stance, but steady and waiting.
Not going to pounce, okay.
Not gonna pounce.
Those of you behind Max see her kind of duck down and throw her arms to the sides, ready to leap. And then nothing happens.
Okay. I would like to activate heightened senses and see if I can kind of get an idea of what this thing is in the dim light
Sure, yeah.
bouncing through the room.
Can I just turn a flashlight on?
You don't have a phone right now. Do you carry a flashlight?
I feel like Reggie might carry a little keychain flashlight. You could do your heightened senses first, though.
Yeah, so Mars, why don't you roll Wits Awareness plus your Auspex rating for heightened senses?
Okay.
Reggie, why don't you roll Intelligence plus Awareness?
I don't think I will, because I have
Oh boy.
check the trunk.
Right, which gives you an extra 2 dice to that roll.
Oh, well, that's dumb. Okay. What am I doing
dumb.
again?
I don't need these bonus
That's
dice.
dumb. I don't need this anymore. What am I doing again? I'm sorry.
Intelligence, Awareness, so Awareness, Intelligence, and then pool
Thank
modifier
you.
plus
in my
2.
language. All right. Awareness.
Check the trunk gives you 2 harmonicas.
Plus 3 because I'm on drugs.
Yes, this is a resolve mental pool, so that's correct.
2 successes.
Wow, 2 successes on 7 dice. I think that's still
Willpower if you want.
You want to willpower that, bud?
I think that's still plenty for a keychain flashlight. You have one.
Okay, cool.
I do have 3 successes.
You have 3 successes. So your eyes start to filter the darkness of the room. You can't perfectly see in the dark, even with heightened senses, but you are able to get a kind of low light vision like a cat. And you can see that across the room there is sort of a like humanoid, like a head-sized object that these 3 lights are coming out, but it's on like a table. There's no person there.
Oh no.
On 3 successes, I'm gonna leave it at that.
In which case, it's on a table.
It appears to be on a table or a counter or something, yeah.
I'm gonna turn my phone light onto it.
Okay. So you all see from behind Max, flashlight pops on. You see that across the room there is basically, it looks like some furniture has been arranged into something of a makeshift barricade. And on the table there is a set of night vision goggles on a headset that have been kind of jury-rigged and hot-wired with a cable that runs up the wall to the ceiling to what appears to be a motion detector. This is some sort of, it's not a very effective trap because it doesn't do anything, but it appears to be some a distraction of some kind, or otherwise meant to cause a reaction.
So basically we need to be careful moving through this room?
You would guess that it's supposed to be some kind of lure.
Sure. So my light flashes on the headset and then moves up towards the motion detection thing as I scan the room. And I say, okay, it looks like a lure? Let's not move too fast in here.
Well, if this is a lure, then what would we want to be in here at all? I'm not looking to get caught.
Well, yeah, let's just move on.
What is it luring?
Us.
Okay.
Jonas, remind me what drew us to this room in particular.
Reggie drew you to this building, and then I believe Max smelled a distant scent trail somewhere in the rest of the building. So it's not this room in particular, this is just the next room, the next level down. Like this is where the stairs let out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because we went up on the roof and went in, right?
Yep. I think whatever this is, it might just be to distract us, right?
I guess.
Max, do you got a sense of the trail? Does it go directly into here?
I smell. Can I roll awareness to smell and see if I smell it?
Yeah, roll awareness wits, and you can add your specialty bonus die for the sense of smell.
Ooh, 4.
4 successes.
Hey!
You see, or rather you smell, that faint scent trail again. It is removed from this place. It's not too recent, but you do smell one of the possibly side rooms in the hall of this building. This is sort of like an old apartment building that has been abandoned, and many of the walls have been broken down. And you see one of the side rooms that still has a door. You can very faintly smell the scent that you were following emanating from that room.
I'm gonna say as Max sniffs the air, she just points like with one claw towards that direction, but doesn't move.
Mathias and Antonio, you both may also roll intelligence awareness.
Okay. I got a 1.
Thanks, Mathias. Wow, okay. So it's another 1 for Antonio as well.
Hold on, I'm gonna reroll.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh my
Still a
god,
1
I'm
for
gonna do
Antonio.
another reroll.
Ooh!
Remember, you don't get those back every session.
I know, but I have a lot. There we
Right,
go, that's a
no,
lot.
Hey,
Forward
wow.
channel.
What a complete opposite.
Matthias, you're sort of a little bit hackles raised here, but Antonio, between the two of you with your military training, and as well Antonio with your shadow vigil, yes, with your shadow vigil ability, you sort of deduce that like this is somewhat, it is a lure, and you would expect that it's meant to draw fire to any assailants entering the room so that someone around the corner can get a good angle on you and shoot at you. But as you guys begin to creep in and look around, there is no one around the corner. It is seemingly empty in here. So this is perhaps an older trap that was left and had not been packed up when the inhabitants left.
Is it like dusty in here? Like, does it look like it's very old or just looks abandoned in general?
The building has only been abandoned for a few months at most, so it is somewhat dusty. It's not like decades and decades of abandonment. Whoever was in here probably didn't spend that much time cleaning, but they would have cleaned any regularly used surfaces. So like the windowsill is dusty, the table is not.
Okay. I guess I'm just trying to figure out, is it safe to move in this room? No, right? Because
Based on Antonio's understanding, it should be safe right now, yes.
Max goes towards the door.
Okay.
Max starts moving.
Oh,
Yeah, you see Max stride across the room. You're kind of waiting for someone to pop out of a corner and attack, but nothing happens.
my eyes shift to my coterie. So, we're alone here?
Seems that way.
Not necessarily. We're alone in this room, but we should keep an eye out still.
I'm gonna take a look around, if you guys want to stay here.
There's no point in staying here. We're in a hallway. I want to go up to that headset thing.
Okay. Mathias, Reggie, what are you guys doing?
Reggie?
Mathias?
I think Mathias is going to cautiously make his way into the room, and seeing that this is like an older trap, maybe try and deduce like what type of person would have left a trap like this. Obviously someone with some semblance of military training, possibly, so it could have been the hunter, but
Sure, yeah.
I'll tag along with Mathias, I suppose. I think Reggie's just kind of like looking around being like, oh man, there's some stuff you could scrap in here.
Yeah, I mean, there is some seemingly some trinkets left around.
Yeah, a lot of light switches with the copper not ripped out.
Very true. Yeah, well, let's go to the table first. So, Mathias, Mars, and Reggie, you guys go up to inspect the table with the night vision setup. You can see that. Well, do any of you have a technology rating?
nope.
I have one.
I have 2.
Incredible. Reggie, go ahead and roll Wits Technology, and you may add a bonus die if Mars would like to help.
Of course, I would like to help.
And you can add another bonus die because of your
Because you're high as shit.
high-functioning addiction.
Incredible. Success of 4.
Hell
4
yeah.
successes. So yeah, as you say, like a lot of stuff you could scrap. You're kind of handy actually. You're pretty decent yourself at kind of slapping things together. You see that this is basically like the night vision goggles are somewhat nice, but the cables, the motion sensor, and they have like basically an Arduino board to connect the two. Like it is not a super high-tech assembly. This is some stuff someone bought at a tech shop and slapped together for a makeshift kind of contraption.
Oh, there's a blueberry pie here. You can use those. It's like a little mini computer.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
that a Radio Shack receipt?
It
Circuit
survived.
City.
And it's the darkest
It's
timeline.
not always the darkest timeline. Radio Shack
No, it's the
survived.
darkest timeline.
No, it's from a Best Buy.
You can see
Those are
that
still around.
so it looks kind of slapdash, but like still intelligently assembled. It is obviously functional. The motion sensor on the ceiling is basically been bolted in by hand, and there are some small tools. There's a soldering kit and a screwdriver that have been left on the table.
All right.
All right, none of this matters then. We need to keep following whatever trail.
Mathias, put it on.
No, I'm not going to put it.
Put it on. It'll be cool.
We don't have time for this.
What do you mean? What are we in a rush for? There's no one here.
You see that also the goggles are placed on what looks like the decapitated head of a fashion mannequin.
Well, that's sadistic, but all right.
Okay, I was really hoping the end of that sentence was not a person.
Okay, fine. I'll put them on. I take it off and I put them on.
Okay.
I look at them. I accidentally look into Mars's flashlight and
you
just
blind yourself.
Reggie just like ah.
And then you take them off, and there's 2 like marker things around your eyes.
It was that was the other trap.
It was a whole prank, yeah. But yeah, nothing else on the table or around the goggles specifically. They didn't leave any documentation.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. I keep the night vision goggles on though.
Sure, you can. Max and Antonio, you guys go poking around the other rooms. As you try the door that you were looking at, Max, it is not locked.
Max goes in.
You go inside, you see what looks like a makeshift kind of medical triage. There is a blood-stained cot on the floor that on the wall next to it has a metal plate bolted into the wall on one of the studs and a small chain running down it with which to perhaps cuff someone. There's like an IV stand that is empty. Like there's no bag on it. It's just the stand. A discarded series of bandage wrappers and things. And the smell that you've been following, you can smell, is coming from the blood on the cot as well as the splintered wooden stake that lies next to it.
Max shreds the bed immediately. Just one move, but like quiet, and then frustration, and just goes, shit! And then slashes 4 big claw mark gashes across it.
Mathias jumps at the loud noise coming from the other room.
Immediately, I start moving.
A little more subtle.
Shit.
Just a little. Alright. Are you able to get a different scent off of this?
What's going on? Whoa. What's going on in here?
I guess the aftermath.
I can't tell, but I think this is where my friend was brought.
Your friend? I thought you said you were hired.
Fuck. Okay, I'm not good at lying. I'm not good at lying.
Instant crack.
Instant crack. No, I'm a shit liar. It was my friend that's attacked, but we're not always welcome where we go. So I was very hesitant.
And that would be because...
Care to explain? It might help us help you. Again, we're all kind of looking for the same thing here.
Where do your allegiances lie?
I call a thin blood a friend. What do you think?
Well, I'm no stranger to being judged for what I am, so I'm kind of indifferent about that.
Oh. What, Anarch, Sabat? It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. See, that's the kernel of the truth that we're getting at. We don't want any part of the politics that are happening here, but my friend did come here. I don't know why, and they're gone, and they were brought here.
Well, I'm happy we have that in common. But no, you're safe.
Sorry, just let me get this straight. You and your friend want nothing to do with Camarilla politics.
No.
And yet they came to a very Camarilla city for reasons unbeknownst to you.
Yes, that's actually very true, yes. I just want her back. That's all I want. I just want her back.
Right.
Okay.
Well, again, we're looking for what's going on here. You're looking for your friend. I don't see why we can't work together. We already are.
That's what I was saying.
How long have you guys been here for?
That's a question for God.
I got that a long
That's
time
between
ago.
me and God, thanks.
That's between me and the storyteller.
You basically got here yesterday or like 2 days ago. So you don't know how long she's been here, but it can't be that long just because you're both pretty mobile usually. Like she sent word a couple months ago for you to come meet her here when you could.
I say that.
Okay.
All right. It's a lead. We can look around, but I think we're kind of at an end point here.
At least for this room. I mean, do we think the people who got your friend are part of this whole setup?
To be honest, I don't know. I'm really guessing kindred hunters, just judging by the signs that we've seen so far. I can tell from where we're at before in the claw marks that she put up one hell of a fight, which is kind of what she does best. So it does take a very organized and particular kind of person or people to be able to take somebody like her hostage.
Gotcha.
This all seems kind of slapdash for Second Inquisition.
I mean, it could be fast.
Well, hold on a second.
What's up?
Just did Reggie explain the vision that they saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can give a reminder if you want any details.
There was only one detail that Reggie kept hidden, and it was the part about the raven.
The Raven, yes.
Right.
That was the only part. Everything else, yeah.
Your friend met with somebody, didn't they? It was a meeting that went south, is what Reggie said.
Was that part? And she locks eyes suddenly with Reggie, and she goes, "Was that part of the vision?"
Reggie is wearing the Splinter Cell headset as you lock eyes, which is
which
very
eyes do
just
you lock
funny. Exactly. Which of the three eyes
I look
do
at
you
the center one.
Reggie's just much shorter. Just kind of like looks up, and they were tucking some random lab equipment into a bag. And he goes, what?
Was that part of the vision?
Of which vision? I have a lot of them. Hey, keeps shoving stuff into a bag.
Braids. Did Braids meet with somebody
Who's Braids?
around here?
The vision you just had, Reggie,
You saw somebody
that brought
with
us
braids.
here.
Oh my god.
Is that what their name is? Braids?
That's what we're referencing them by, because that's what you called them.
I called them Braids?
Yes.
Man, that was a long time ago.
You said something about someone with braids.
They seemed like they were, and then they were, I don't know if it was a confrontation or if it was, like them talking, casually or something, you know. Do you know this person?
Wait, which
it's fine, Max.
Okay. I go back to shoving stuff into a bag.
It's just Reggie. Just Reggie.
Their focus is
Spotty.
a little all over.
Okay.
they got them HDs.
Yeah, a couple of those.
Does it sound like your friend do they have a scar over their eye, or?
Yes.
Their friend was Braids.
Yes.
Okay. And then Bun was the person who staked Braids.
Yes.
Sorry, we're just going on a vision quest here, so I'm just
Am
trying
I the only
to
one who
figure it
takes
out.
notes here?
Matthias has a little like detective notepad.
Yes.
That does seem to be the thread that is being made up by Three Eyes there.
I know that you said that they got in touch with you a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Before that point, when was the last time you spoke to them?
It was pretty regularly. We're pretty close normally, but she tends to be secretive about whatever her personal business is. So she just kind of blipped off the map, and that was it. But she suddenly called me out of the blue to meet her here after, like, ghosting me for a couple days. And then
okay.
I came here, and that's pretty much when you guys showed up.
Okay. So after we got back.
Back from where?
So we have. Oh.
When we were out of town.
Yeah.
We said we just got back to town, remember?
Oh, yeah.
How does this coincide with? I mean, did they know? You know about all of the Second Inquisition that's been here the last couple of months, right?
No, this is all very new to me. I knew that there was kindred hunters out there, but I did not know their movements to the extent, so I just kind of had to put the pieces together on the spot. We didn't really have this issue to an extent where we were coming from.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's new in this area too, at least as far as my awareness. So I don't know, it just doesn't really connect. Why would your friend be talking to a hunter? At least cordially at first? Maybe there was a deal they were trying to make? I don't know idea.
I don't know, maybe she didn't know? I have no idea.
I mean, I don't know half my drug dealer's day jobs, so, like, you know.
That's valid.
If that's what it takes to escape a stake, it makes sense. I mean, they're still people, they're logical, they'll reason. Some are zealots, sure, but others are just part of the government. The Second Inquisition is very vast in their agents' reasoning.
There's also the potential that the hunter was trying to confirm whether or not your friend was kindred or not ahead of time, and they could have slipped up.
Yeah, anyone other than Reggie may roll intelligence. Actually, honestly, Reggie, you can also roll if you want. Intelligence. I think you're young, but also, you know, visions, you hear things. Maybe you know this. Anyone may roll intelligence politics to know about the Second Inquisition so that I can give an info dump.
I am good about politics.
Could I use any occult?
The Second Inquisition,
Or theology academics?
No, they're not a cult. They're very much the opposite.
Academics theology, perchance.
Can I use etiquette?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Ooh.
Yes!
4 successes, baby.
There we go.
Yes, Mathias.
Yes, Mathias.
Mathias knows.
The politicking coming in handy.
Can I just help Mathias somehow?
Yeah,
Reggie,
you can
Reggie's just like, hey, look, I found a world history textbook.
you can give Mathias a bonus die if you want to roll
Yeah, I would
one
rather
more,
just
Casey.
give
I'll
Mathias
roll
a
one more.
bonus die. Yeah, go ahead, roll one more die. Come on now.
I'll give a bonus die. I love giving bonus dice.
2 dice. Boy.
I have seen stuff with the Second Inquisition before.
I got my 3. I'm happy.
Well,
Oh, that history textbook. Oh, I'm sorry, this was Uruguayan history. That probably doesn't help you.
I think 4 is probably going to be enough anyway.
Yeah, I think
But,
so.
yeah. I could willpower, but...
4's good, yeah. I mean, you don't know the secret history, but
You don't know the handshake.
Oh, that's willpower, baby. Let's go.
It turns out he was the Second Inquisition all along.
Yeah, and so I'll go up the ranks here just briefly. Max, with 2 successes, you know that, as you say, kindred hunters are a thing. You know that they have sometimes some kind of official capacity, but you have been lucky enough not to run into many of them in your decades. Antonio, you are a little bit more wary, as you kind of hinted at. The Second Inquisition is not really so much an organization as it is the kindred name for anybody hunting us right now. There are government agents who use their resources to hunt kindred by applying, requisitioning equipment, using NSA data, satellite data, that kind of thing. But they don't work officially. It is a conspiracy within the government. It's not an organized department or anything like that. Mathias, on 4 successes, you are aware of all of that, and additionally, you know that Seattle has been a Camarilla stronghold for most of the last 100 years. Throughout the war with the Anarchs in Southern California, throughout the mess of the beginning of the Second Inquisition in the early 2000s when ShrekNet came down, Seattle has been pretty strong, and any threats of hunters are removed without much issue. So the fact that numerous attacks have happened in the city in a short time span is evidence of a couple things. Number 1, the people in charge are not dealing with it. That much is clear.
Yep. Thanks, Lou.
Number 2, they probably have some kind of information that allows them to move unnoticed or otherwise get away with setting up in the middle of town like this, which means there's probably not going to be a big force of hunters here. This is going to be either one cell, or it might even be a couple independent agents that are not affiliated with each other. As well as the sort of slapdash, like, good equipment put together in a haphazard way is kind of evidence that, like, they didn't come in with a truck full of spy gadgets. They were maybe sent with to go in low profile and then build up something, an operation in the city.
So as far as I know, just based off of what we've seen here for the most part, this is most likely either a small operation of a small group or a bunch of independents. Chances are we're not dealing with anything big right now, but it's more than we've seen in the past 100 years. And that's telling me that Lou's doing a shit job. Or she's doing a shit job on purpose, which is probably the case knowing her.
I don't really think Blue Grant can do any wrong, to be honest. I just have that feeling.
I slap Reggie.
I probably deserve that. All right. The headset goes spinning around my head.
I was going to say excuse on your head.
Is there more in this room? Like anything? We just have the stake here.
I can see what I can find, but it's going to take me a little bit of time.
In this room, there does not appear to be anything more, but there are several other rooms on this floor and 2 more floors below.
What if we all just choose one room? Really speed this along.
I think we could split up. I don't
All right.
think we're in danger.
Stay in pairs.
There hasn't been any, like, other motion or anything. I still have my heightened senses.
Yeah,
up.
you haven't heard anything at the moment.
Ooh, are we pairing off? Who's going to be my buddy? Reggie looks around.
I'll go with you, Reggie.
All right. Good old Mathias and Reggie. The Scooter Boys, right again. We walk off.
I'll go off on my tone. You two can go ahead.
Are you sure you're okay alone? Just being where we're at.
I've been in a scrap or two before. I'll be okay. But I do swipe the stake.
Plus, she already has a buddy.
Yeah, Ratatosker skitters up from where he had entered through a window, maybe a floor down. Sits on your shoulder as usual. Doesn't seem to have found anything.
Yeah, I mentioned to Ratatasker over my shoulder, and I got my buddy.
Of course. Sorry.
The squirrel salutes.
Oh,
Reggie salutes back.
General? Why did I do that?
General.
All right.
all right, cool.
Seems amenable.
So rooms versus floors. How do we want to break this up?
Just rooms. We'll go that room, and I just point, and that door, and Reggie, or Mathias and I go to it.
All right, so they're this floor.
Everyone stay on this floor as we head off.
Is Reggie really calling shots right now?
It's fine.
I think that's a smart idea. This floor. The closer together we stay, the better.
All right, that's fair.
You're right, that was out of character. Separate floors, everyone.
All right, so what are the groups?
It's me and Reggie.
Antonio,
and I.
Mars,
Antonio and Mars,
Max and Rat.
Max
Cool.
and Rat.
It just so happens there are 3 rooms left on this floor.
All right, there we go.
Wonderful.
Why doesn't
There
everyone
are 3 of them.
for each of
Oh,
those?
shit.
There's actually 4 total.
There are 4 of them.
Welcome to the show.
Everyone, each group, please roll 1d10.
D10.
D10.
Casey, you go.
Okay. 8.
It's a 4 for me.
It's a 1 for me, dog.
No way. I literally was like, what if it's 481 in my head? And of course it is.
All right, we'll start with Max. Max.
Oh no.
You find the bathroom.
Incredible.
Nice.
Look for fecal matter. We can use that to track them.
The toilet bowl is empty of water, and there are some kind of older stains on the wallpaper. Nothing. Nothing. There are the yellowing stains on the walls of old
don't
water
say
damage.
yellowing.
There are the no, not brown either. There is water damage on the walls.
Sure.
Oh, Lord help me.
The sink is cracked. One of the faucet handles is broken off. The mirror has a crack running through the middle of it. It's not like broken to a million pieces, just one, like 2 halves that are kind of split diagonally. There aren't a lot of like clues in here, but there are a couple. You see that there is a bag of basically a to-go bag of toiletries, which has like some painkillers, chapstick, tampons, toilet paper, some like what look like some kind of unlabeled drugs that you guess are either like stims or like a sleeping aid or some kind, just based on the type of person that would have a bag like this. You see that there's an empty pill bottle on the side of the sink as if they poured some out at some point, and there are a series of give me investigation. Roll investigation wits.
Don't you mean wits investigation? Wait, hold on. No, wait.
Yep.
I do. Sorry, I'm losing
Wait,
the accent.
Finally,
I
someone
can't-
who has my accent.
They said it the way you want to click it.
Wait.
Investigation wits.
Yeah. They said it with the accent.
Oh, I got him backwards. Never mind.
Oh, it was me that was wrong this whole time.
Oh, you thought you were flipping it.
I'm so used to flipping it.
so funny.
Investigation wits. It must be the kids who are wrong.
4 successes.
Hey,
good.
Is that good? Did I do good?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Storyteller.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. On 4 successes, you also think to open the tank, the water tank on the back of the toilet, and you see that inside, again, there's no water, but someone has taped another bottle of pills and a small, like, concealable handgun to the bottom of the tank lid with duct tape.
Ah, handy.
You know I take those bad boys.
It's a good upper decker right
You take
there.
both?
I
Damn.
take both.
Matthias, we went to the wrong room. I could have gotten
Apparently.
pills.
The handgun is, it's small, but it has the weight of a full magazine in it, and the pills are, again, unlabeled, just in one of those orange childproof cap bottles. But you can take both.
As a child, I got into those all the time.
You see Rat kind of, I know, they're not very childproof. You see Rat kind
Guns?
of, that too.
Leaving it out to the audience to decide.
Oh my god.
You see Rat kind of like, as you hold up the bottle, Rat kind of tries to squirrel up your arm and tries to open the cap, but he can't. He doesn't have the force to push down.
No, you're on the wagon, my friend, and I pocket it.
And he skitters back up your shoulder. Antonio and Mars.
Starts foaming at the mouth. He's freaking out. He's tweaking.
You guys end up in the frontmost room of the floor here, and you can see that this looks like some kind of observation outpost. There are a set of binoculars on a stand. There are a couple, no laptops, but you see some like discarded cables and a one of those like portable Wi-Fi hotspot devices that have been scattered around. Again, everything in this building so far is telling you like the people here packed up in something of a hurry, so they took all of their sensitive material and left the rest. You see there is a weapons rack, sort of, a makeshift like wire rack on the back side of the wall where you might have stored rifles or other long arms. If you look in the binoculars, you can see that they are pointed basically right at Gasworks Park, so there was someone observing.
Staking it out.
Yep, staking it out.
That's good.
Gross.
And sitting on the floor next to the rack is a duffel bag. It is made of mylar, and it has a port on the side to which you could attach a vacuum and remove the air.
Okay.
It's a space bag. Does it have anything in it?
I don't know, you want to open it up?
I guess so, yeah.
Does it seem like it's been vacuum sealed?
It is partially deflated, yes.
Partially deflated.
So
only partially, though.
Air has been removed.
Okay.
Okay, well then I'm holding off on that. Unless...
I mean,
should
we
I?
can point it out the window.
I don't know what the concern is. We can't breathe. I'm gonna open it.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Antonio.
Yeah.
As Mars opens up the bag, you are suddenly attacked by the overwhelming smell of garlic.
Ooh.
And I need you to
Fuck you!
either spend a willpower to resist or leave the room.
Close the fucking bag!
Oh,
Close the
shit.
fucking
Okay,
bag!
okay. I close it. Why are you breathing? I just said we can't breathe.
It's not about the breathe. Okay, sorry.
I like sniff the air. Garlic?
Is it still lingering in the air?
It is, but it's not like, it was only open for a second.
Okay. Sorry.
Do you have a thing with garlic? I mean, I'm not judging. It's just very fairy tale of you. And I put the bag down.
Max peeks her head out the door and she goes, "It's a valid food allergy," and slams it back again.
Oh.
It's not so much the nature of garlic itself. It's a little more psychological.
Okay, that was pretty physical of a reaction, and they have it as a tool against us in general.
You're right.
So you have a weakness to this. That is good to know for dealing with the Second Inquisition.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I don't visit Mathias.
That's why he's never came to one of my board game nights.
For what it's worth, I don't really visit Mathias either, but it's not...
Just because I don't like him?
Does Mathias live near a garlic farm? What?
He lives on top of an Italian restaurant.
Oh.
I don't know why that's so funny. Just Mathias sitting at a table with Monopoly and like
It's
all
far
these
cheesy.
old,
Garlic
cheesy,
breadsticks.
just alone. Oh my god! Every 2 weeks he sets this up and invites a bunch of vampires, and no one ever shows up.
It's because for vampires, a board game night is actually during the daytime and no one can come. So
That's why we say good morning, folks. Jonas just admitted that I was right.
shut up.
Can't believe you, Jonas.
Okay.
That was a little extreme, and I apologize.
No. Look, I think by our nature, these things tend to be extreme. So that's all right.
You did also see Mars in the bag, and the moment you opened it, you caught a glimpse of a couple crucifixes made of different materials, as well as what looked like prayer beads.
You think the garlic smell would have been bad? Good thing you didn't see those.
And a couple different stakes kind of tied, looped to the side of the bag. It's sort of a classic, as you said, a fairy tale vampire hunting kit.
Yeah. Just so you know, I'm not judging that you also have a thing with these things, but there's also like crucifixes and things in there. Is that also a thing we
Don't
should
show
be
that.
concerned?
Leave those in.
Okay. How?
Mars.
Narrative. Yes? Mm-hmm.
I am an Italian man.
Yes.
I am an Italian man who was raised very Catholic.
I just can't say I've ever experienced anyone with issues like these before. Okay, anyway, so we're not showing you what's in the bag. That's fine. Good to know. Maybe we should check everybody to make sure that these are common, because I personally don't have a problem with those things.
Let's.
Mathias and Reggie, you enter the last room, which is sort of back around the corner from the stairwell where you entered. And this room, you see, you enter in, and it is full, like, conspiracy board wall of papers covering the walls. There are numerous corkboards with various articles and documents pinned up. Just like with everything else, you can tell they left in a hurry. There are clear gaps and like torn shreds of paper still attached to push pins where they must have hurriedly grabbed the few sensitive materials from the boards before leaving, but there is still a lot of other material here. Why don't you both give me an intelligence awareness test to just at a glance, actually wits awareness, it's still wits, but to at a glance deduct like what is being noted and constructed here.
All right, then.
Okay.
That's a 3.
And it's going to be a 2 for me.
Okay, interesting. So, Mathias, you sort of glimpse the more like practical, what they seem to have been on the nose about Seattle. You said that there's a couple of newspaper articles talking about the dream, or rather the mass coma event where people didn't wake up for a couple days. You see that there are a few maps of various districts in Seattle with certain locations marked. And even though you only got 2, you are a Seattle native for a long time in the Kindred community. You know some of these locations are Kindred affiliated.
Right.
They're not like no one's haven or anything, but you see, like, for example, Karma a few blocks over is noted, Runa's store. And you see that there's like a broad circle in Issaquah that something is going on there near the Castellan estate. There's also a lot of marks in places that you're like, no one hangs out there. So they had a list of things.
They don't have everything.
Yeah, they had a list of things, of suspected locations that they were investigating.
Is the weather vane on there?
That's an excellent question. You know what? I'm going to roll for it.
Is our little hideout on there?
Your house in Magnolia?
Yeah.
Also an excellent question. Let's roll for both.
I don't like that, because that means there's a chance that the answer is yes.
There's a chance.
The weather vane is not on
Okay.
the board. At least not visible. You don't know if they took anything.
Not on this map.
And your house in Magnolia, the exact address of it, that little cul-de-sac, is not. There is a circle in Magnolia, but it's just kind of, maybe they're like, we've heard mention of this, but no specific leads.
Got it.
There's a little note that says, weirdo named Pox lives there. Might be a vampire or just a weirdo.
Catch me in RuneScape.
Although Mars is not in the room, you might take note that the double tap is also not marked specifically on any of these maps.
Okay.
Mm. Oh, is one final thing is what's the bar that Ajax owns again?
Granite.
Granite. Is Granite on there?
Yes, Granite is marked specifically.
Figured
That's
as
not
much it would be.
surprising.
Yeah, it's not surprising. Actually, Mathias, do you have anything to say?
I think you're getting a little bit more information than me with higher die, so we'll get you the information before we say anything.
Okay, then.
Reggie, with 3 successes, you have this, you're not like clued into all the politics, all the Kindred stuff in Seattle that's going on. You don't really understand exactly the mass web of things that is involved in this kind of thing. But you are a Malkavian, and not that it's what's being used here, but the Malkavian clan coterie merit is literally called Everything is Connected. And as you are looking at these walls of papers kind of turning around, it almost feels like a vision to you, the way that sort of reality starts to fade away around the edges of your sightline. But there's no bird, there's no sensation of foreboding, there's no strange breaking of reality. It's just sort of that your perception kind of narrows in and certain spots form on the boards, and you're able to basically, I want to say, reverse triangulate that there are 3 different investigations happening here.
There are 3 of them.
Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome.
sort of different spots on this board, the empty spaces where they've ripped papers away begin to kind of meld and merge together, and you can see the red strings tied between them, and in your mind's eye tie new red strings on your own. And you see basically that whoever was here was tracking not just the kindred in the city, but the other hunters in the city.
Ooh.
What?
And though you can't place exactly where from a cursory glance, if you take some of these papers and buckle down on them, it seems that they had leads on where all 3 other operations were based.
Okay.
I think looking at the map, specifically Mathias just says, okay, well, they've got a general idea, but they're wrong in some places. That's good.
You would hear Reggie just quietly whisper out, all these acts they would condemn, there are 3 of them.
3 of what?
And on the map there, and Reggie kind of points out what they were sort of able to gloss together.
Reggie, as you kind of come back into this momentary reality, your vision focuses on a single scrap of paper that is pinned to the center of one of the boards. And on it, there is a pen drawing, like a chicken scratch circle with a section of it removed. Almost like a power on-off switch without the line. Like a very narrow C.
Ah, thank you.
And as you glimpse that and respond to Mathias, all 5 of you hear a voice shout out from downstairs.
Hello? Someone up there? Show yourself. This is Detective Johnston of the Seattle Police Department.
Oh, shit. Not Johnson.
And so closes another chapter of
Yeah.
Midnight
It's
Rally.
okay. It's okay. We know Oink McSploink.
That is true. We know Oink McSploink.
This damn cop on the force.
Oh my
Everybody,
cop and comedian?
remember the rules. We don't talk to cops.
We're gonna have to.
No, we're not.
Thank you all for listening. Goat.
Oh my gosh, I love plugging all kinds of things. I'll leave that to what it is. I do have an Instagram that's Go for the Goat with a number 4 in it, and my TikTok Go for the Goat with the word 4. And I do kinds of nerdy and bone stuff. So if you like nerds or bones or boning nerds, you can give me a follow.
Hold on, I don't think they allow that on Instagram.
If you like nerds with bones,
I hope so.
then you can follow me.
All my favorite nerds have 200 bones.
Only 200? They should have more than that.
I
We'll
was
talk about
rounding.
that later.
I'm an English major.
I round up. I got 300.
Too many bones.
I would not be surprised if you have
I'm a
more
more
than that.
advanced life form. I have 300 bones.
And Rachel or whoever.
Oh, we're popcorning. Okay.
Popcorn! Ooh, I know what I can plug.
What's that?
Feel free to check out our Patreon. Ooh, what?
What?
Oh my god, have we...
What? Only took us 2 years.
Did you just say a
3
speed
years.
word?
Three, buddy.
Took us long enough, but we're there. Feel free to check out our Patreon. We've got some cool stuff over there, including entry to a fancy schmancy little Discord that we all have. Ooh. And we also have started doing some talk packs, which at this point we have a couple of them posted. So if you feel like hearing our afterthoughts about the show, feel free to come over there, support, and give them a listen. Thank you so much for that.
That's a plug-in. Casey.
The other thing that we have is that we have partnered with Homie and the Dude. Homie and the Dude is a kind of father-son company where they are making TTRPG content, including some specific 5e supplements and system agnostic supplements. Their latest one that they have going on right now, I believe, is called The Wandering Tavern, which is kind of like a Studio Ghibli system agnostic addition to your games. There's so much cool stuff on there. And if you head on over to their website, which is just HATD Builder, that's their store page, and you use coupon code RPJesters, you'll get 10% off of everything in your cart. And we get a little bit back from them as well. So you're supporting us, you're supporting these other amazing TTRPG creators, And honestly, that's kind of what we're all about, is lifting up other RPG creators as well. So thank you to Homie and the Dude for partnering with us. Again, you can head over to their site, HATD Builder, to get a sense of what they have in store and enter in the code RPJesters for 10% off. And guys, that does go to help support us as well. So please check them out. They're great people. We've had an awesome time talking with them about all of this stuff. Also, check out our website. Also, I want to say thank you to everybody who showed up for our live show last Tuesday in Brooklyn, New York. Thank you all for showing up and coming out.
Oh my God, you guys did such a good
lot
job.
of fun.
I know.
Yeah. We plan on having...
There were tears.
We do plan on having more of them, both in the New York area and possibly down with RP Jesters South as well. RP Jesters
It's
Seth.
just called Seth.
It's just called Seth. You're right.
Not even RP, just Seth. Just Seth.
It's just called Seth.
Just Seth.
It's
Yeah.
called Seth.
Come visit us, Seth.
That's a plugin. Andrew.
I would like to shout out Seth.
Aww.
I love you.
Miss him.
I miss you.
Miss him. I hope the
That's a
surgery is
plugin.
going well, Seth.
That's a plugin.
I hope the operation's gone okay.
Check out my link tree, points to all my things. I have the dev team I'm on, Team Elsewhere, has a new game called The Cult in the House in the Village by the Sea. It's a little short management game that we made for the 2024 Brackeys Game Jam. Check it out. Give it a try.
Yeah.
I've also got a video, short narrative video coming up on my YouTube channel soon. So be sure to subscribe and check that out. Thanks.
Yeah, Short King.
Casey's in
Guy.
it.
Short,
I am in it.
Short
It's funny because
Regency.
Jonas is not a short king
not a
at
king.
all.
Not short and not
Jonas
a king.
is the tallest
Jonas is
sovereign in this
way
podcast.
shorter than
Is that
everyone
true?
here.
I thought you were taller
yeah.
than me.
No, you're taller than Seth, and Seth's like
No, Seth's,
taller than
I think
me.
Seth is like half an inch taller than me.
I don't know.
I
feel
believe
like
you
you're
and
taller.
Seth are the same height. We've had
Just the
this
same?
conversation yearly.
I would like to cut it back and say, yes, tall sovereign.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sky,
Sky.
that's a plugin.
But anywho, emotionally, I'm taller. Go leave us a review online. Leave us 5-star only. Anything less, you might as well not leave it at all. I don't really want to see it. But yeah, you can leave us anywhere that you can leave reviews. Amazon, Apple, other places. Spotify, I think, has got some reviews on it.
What does it
Gas
even mean
station,
to be emotionally
bathroom.
taller than someone?
I'm just above it, Jonas. Jesus, I'm doing a plug.
Oh shit!
Anywho, Jonas, I know you're on this all, but good morning.
Good night.
Good
morning. Good
morning.
morning.
Good evening.
Sleep tight.
Good evening.